earmuffs if you don't want to hear this.
All right.
But Conrad, you fall asleep. You feel your essence slip down. Normally, it's a directionless kind of like pool and kind of drift when you experience what you've experienced in the past. But this is a directional down, and it feels like you're pulled into an infinite darkness. And you pull and pull and pull, and it's just dragged down. And eventually, your vision focuses, and you see a familiar scene. You're in your village. A mob of people have gathered. You are one of them. You are not in control of your body, but you see through this person's eyes. There's a man standing in front of this group that you're a part of, cheering, yelling, and praising Palor for giving him the power to quell this darkness. He holds a torch in the air, a simple light on this dark night. He finishes his prayer, and he turns. Behind him are two bound humans. You recognize them. They are your parents. The man curses at your parents, saying they will burn in hell for betraying the light of Palor, and through their transgressions they shall burn in life. He drops the torch, and it catches the wood laid underneath your bound, beaten, and broken parents. You watch as the flames lick up their flesh as they scream and cry, begging Palor to save them and their son. The crowd cheers at this sight, and they praise Palor for his light and his guidance. Your vision fades. Another blur of color, and you are in another scene, another body, another viewpoint. You break into a home, a familiar home. You break in and charge the man holding back the mob you are a part of. Rushing into his home, you knock him down. He fights back, but with the help of the rest of the people in the mob, you knock him down. You pick up a chair and hit him with it. You spit on him. You punch him. And you watch as others kick him while he's down, all of them spitting on him. You look up and you see a woman. She's guarding the back door to the home. She's holding a short sword. You charge after her and she lunges at you, but she is smaller and not acquainted with the blade. She misses and you punch her in the face. She drops the sword and collapses to her knees. She catches herself, looking at the man who you just beat, and looks over her shoulder. She looks over her shoulder at the back door, and then she turns back at you, grits her teeth, and lunges again, screaming. You kick her in the stomach, smack her across the face, and you punch her again. She falls to the ground, and you reach down and grab her hair, yanking her across the floor, pulling her out towards the front of the house. And you point to the back door and yell to some who are standing around to look for him out back. You know this home. It was yours. You recognize the two who were attacked. They were your parents. The vision fades again. Again, you find yourself in someone else's perspective, helping drag your father to the site of his execution. Again, it fades. And again, you find yourself seeing the scene unfold from different perspectives and time frames, all from the perspective of the villagers of your home. All from the view of the people who participated in the mob and led to your parents' death and your exile. One after another, after another, after another, after another, you hear the constant chanting to Palor, the constant pleads from your parents, and the fire that took your parents, over and over and over again. And with each time, the pain, the anger, the fury builds up. You feel a fire burning up inside you after you are subjected to one nightmare scene after another, helpless in doing anything but witnessing this gruesome sight. More and more it boils up until it feels like your whole body is consumed by wrathful fire. Give me a second, I need a drink. Ugh. Ugh. You feed on this anguish, and your infernal blood boils up more and more. You lose track of time, hours, days, weeks, months, years. You feel like your mind is going to break from seeing this over and over again. You cry out, you wail in pain, but there is not a voice. You want this to end, and you do not care how. You struggle, and you cry out. You cannot feel your body, but you try to bring your hands to cover your eyes, but nothing changes. You continue to live in this eternal pain, and you give in to your hate and anger. And instead of covering your eyes, you give in to stopping the sight at all costs. You try again, but this time you try to use your hands to scratch at your own eyes and to somehow end this vision. This still does nothing, and you are suffering more and more. And when you feel like this will be the rest of your existence, a calm rushes over you. The vision fades, and you feel like you're floating into a deep darkness. And right before everything fades away, you hear a deep, guttural voice call out to you in a language you should not understand, but the words still sit deep in your mind. My son, after thousands of years, she cannot hide you from me anymore. And everything fades to dark. Got any questions, concerns, anything?